Speaking of economic downturn, there was one area that had been kind of insulated, one area that was doing really well, believe it or not, which is watches. Rolex, Patek actually beat vintage cars and, of course, beat Bitcoin, beat crypto, because we just talked about what's been going on with crypto. Crypto's having a bit of a rough time recently. Apparently, you would have been better off just investing in timepieces. And they might have been
physical.
They might have been better to look at as well.
Yeah.
Over that course of time.
There's some use to it.
But apparently even these luxury watches are also starting to face a little bit, maybe not a downturn, but a softening up, sort of flattening out. Some of the most high-profile models, actually. And this is a whole thing that's tracked. It's actually quite interesting. You got some charts if you scroll. It's called Subdial 50 Index. And this tracks, I guess, 50 of the most popular watches that are traded, secondary market used watches, the kind of most aspirational, the ones that people want. And they act as a guideline for what's going on with the collecting in general. And here you can see a graph where you have Subdial 50. It's like an index, basically, for watch trading traders. You have cars, S&P 500, gold, Bitcoin, and Netflix is on there. Poor Netflix gets put on there. 12-month returns here from June 21 to May of 22. And you can see how the watches they're up there, man. 40% increase even today, even after it starts to turn downwards a little bit. Of course, it's important to note, like along this list, depending when you wanted to do your analysis, other things have been up and other things have been down at different points in time. We're, of course, just talking about 12-month returns as if you were to do it right now. It does appear that the watch could have been a somewhat decent investment. Now, many of these watches on this list are out of reach for a number of people. There's some, scroll up a little bit, there's some examples listed, a little bit more. Yeah, here we go. Subdial 50 Index tracks global market prices for the 50 most traded luxury watches by value. So it's declined 6% in the past 30 days. A black dial Rolex Daytona reference has lost 10% of its value, though it's still up 19% on the year or the last 12 months. Blue dialed Patek Philippe Nautilus sports watch retails for around $145,000, and that's down 12% in 30 days after surging 44% in the last 12 months.
Wow.
It's a really weird thing how all these other events that took place globally had this set of effects on all these little segments where you might not expect it. I've talked about sports gambling in the past, video games, watches. People were sitting at home. What you can kind of be an enthusiast in this and an investor. Classic cars is in the same territory, but these apparently outperformed. Tons of value in the secondary market. We've talked about art in the past on the show. But anyway, these watches up until now, they've done very well. I think it's about time, Will, that you get your collection going, all right?
I'll get started.
Yeah, get rid of those other investments. You're getting killed.